Hello class 103, I'm Big Teacher. Today is Tuesday, March 10th, 2020, and today we're going to be doing Storytown Student Book, page 444. So, take out your student books, and then let's get started, okay? So if we go to page 444, we are doing Think Critically. So before we get started, find a blank piece of paper so you can answer the questions. Okay, so pause the video if you have to. We're gonna get started. So, number 1, is Rainforest Babies fiction or non-fiction? How can you tell? So in the story, well, we know what fiction and non-fiction is. Fiction means it's not true, it's not real, it's made up. And non-fiction means it is true. So the question is Rainforest Babies talking about things that are real, or is it made up? Well, the answer is, well, before we give you the answer, if you want to do them all by yourself, start and answer questions 1 to 5 by yourself, and then come and check to see your answers are okay. But I'm going to answer them now. So question 1, is it fiction or non-fiction? Well, it is non-fiction because all of these animals are real and exist. Okay? I'm going to erase this. So, okay. Question 1. Rainforest Babies is non-fiction. Is that how it's spelled? Non-fiction. Sorry, there's no hyphen. That's all one word, okay? So, non-fiction, because the animals in the story exist. Okay? Rainforest Babies is non-fiction because the animals in the story exist. Okay? That's the answer number 1. So, pause the video if you want to make sure that everything's right, but we're going to move on to question 2. So if you look at question 2, what are some ways in which all rainforests are alike? If something is alike, it means it has similar things. It is the same in some ways. So in which ways are rainforests all alike? So if we go to the beginning of the story, okay, it actually says it right here. I have to read it backwards. All the rainforests, no. Okay. All the tropical rainforests are alike, hot, wet, and green. Okay? So the question was, in which ways? Let's go see, back to the beginning. What are some ways in which all tropical rainforests are alike? So if we go to number 2, get a new pen, so it's getting a little dry. So, some ways that rainforests, with an S, forests, are alike are that they are all hot, comma, wet, and, don't forget the and green. Okay? Some ways that rainforests are alike are that they are all hot, wet, and green. Okay? That's answer number 2. Pause the video to make sure everything's okay. Then we're going to move on to number 3. Okay? So, why does the author call rainforests Earth's giant nursery? So a nursery is where you take care of babies and babies are born. That is a nursery. okay? There's a lot of babies and they're all being taken care of and they're not very old, they're all very young, okay? So that is a nursery. So he's asking, why does the author call a tropical rainforest Earth's giant nursery? Well, if we go back to the front page, the first page on 430, it says, the rainforests are Earth's giant nursery. You can find new babies at any time of the year. So he's saying that it's a nursery because there's babies every day. No matter what time of year it is, there's always going to be babies, like a nursery. So the question was, why does he call it that? Why does the author call rainforests Earth's giant nurseries? So for number 3, we'll say the author calls them a giant nursery because you can find new babies. You can find new babies at any time of the year. New babies at any time of the year. Okay? Number 3, the author calls them a giant nursery, N-U-R-S-E-R-Y, because you can find new babies at any time of the year. Okay? So pause to make sure you have this written down, but then I'm going to erase so we can move on to the next one. So pause. Okay. All right. Let's go take a look. Number 4. How are kangaroos and sugar gliders alike? How are they different? Okay, so what we're going to do now is let's go read about the kangaroo on page 440. Surprise, there are kangaroos in rainforests. These red-legged... I have to do it this way. These red-legged pademelons live on the ground. Other kinds hop around in treetops. All baby kangaroos have the same name. When they are carried in mother's pouch, both boy and girl babies are called Joey. Okay? Let's bring this up a bit. This little one is too big for the pouch, but it will keep close to its mother's side for protection. Don't let Mom's sweet face fool you. She can deliver a kick that would make a karate champion proud. Okay? Now, if we look at the sugar glider on the next page, the sugar glider jumps out of trees without a parachute and at night. Its target is not the ground, but a nearby tree. It leaps from tree to get the sweet sap. Let's go to the next part. Although it looks like a flying squirrel, the sugar glider is not even a close relative. It is a marsupial, an animal with a pouch, only as big as a mouse. This baby, 4 weeks out of the pouch, is already a fearless leaper. Okay, so the question is, how are sugar gliders and kangaroos the same? Well, one thing that we learned is that both kangaroos and sugar gliders are marsupials, or they both have the pouch that they go into. Now the other question was, how are they different? Well, sugar gliders are in trees. Kangaroos are on the ground. So for question four, you're going to write sugar gliders and kangaroos. Yes. Kangaroos. Can you see that? Yes. Are the same in that they, got a new pen, this one's dry, in that they are both this one's drying too, let me get another one. This one any better? There we go, marsupials. M-A-R-S-U-P-I-A-L-S. Marsupials, okay? Marsupials. Okay? Marsupials are animals that have a pouch that the little one can go inside of, okay? They are different in that the kangaroo stays on the ground and the, we have room? Yes. The sugar glider lives up in trees. Okay? Sugar gliders and kangaroos are the same in that they are both marsupials. They are different in that the kangaroo stays on the ground and the sugar glider lives up in trees. Okay? That's your answer for number 4, so pause it to make sure you have it all written down. Let's go do number 5. Okay. So now this is on you guys. Okay? How do rainforest frogs protect themselves? Use details from the selection. So what you have to do for number 5, can we do it together? Let's see. Where's the frog? We'll do it together. So look at the frog. How does the frog protect himself? Well, if we look at the story, it says, right up here, if danger comes, a poison oozes out of their skin. This sweat is very deadly. Okay, so number 5, how do rainforest frogs protect themselves? Number 5, the frogs protect themselves by oozing a deadly poison from their skin. Okay? So number 5, the frogs protect themselves by oozing a deadly poison from their skin. Okay? That is number 5. And I think that's all we have to do today. Yes, let's just go double check. 244. Yes, okay. So if you have any questions, call or email school, we will help you. Pause the video to make sure you have all this written down. That is our lesson for today. So I'll see you guys tomorrow, okay? Have a good day, guys.